YouTube, it's your guy, not your average trucker. Back at it again. Today is Tuesday, April 30th, last day of April. April has been a festive month for me. Um, like I said, I had a daughter born on April the 2nd. Hard to believe that she's about to be a month old. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, man, just a little about my day today. Um, left my house like 4:30 in the morning, and I was already loaded with some Pepsi. I think I had bottled water. I think I had Aquafina that I had to take down to the Pepsi spot down in Anderson, South Carolina. It's like 130 miles from Charlotte. You know what I mean? So left my house 4:30. I think I got down there in Anderson. I got down there at about like 7:30 or something like that. No, it was before 8 o'clock. Got unloaded down there, then went and picked up did a drop and hook down there at the paper plant down in Anderson. A load of paper towels to take to Costco that I do all the time. And, brought that back. Supposed to have a quick day today. I ended up getting back in Charlotte about 12 o'clock. Problem I had, though, is in the span of 3 minutes, two of my trucks broke down in two different parts of the state. I had one guy, he was bringing in, that's one of my OTR guys. He was picked up a load out of Virginia that he had to take down today to Union, South Carolina. He's coming through Charlotte, and he notices smoke or whatever. He said he pulls over. He's in a Volvo. He pulls over, and it's like oil just squirting all over the place. He calling me panicking and all that. So ended up I was in a tough spot, man, because that's one thing you find as an owner. You come across situations where you're trying to figure out if the problem that your driver has is something that a roadside guy can fix, or if it's something that you just need to tow him to an actual shop. Because what you run into a lot is these drivers, man, when they call you saying that they have an issue, a lot of these people aren't mechanically inclined, and a lot of them do a terrible job at explaining what the issue is. And this was the case. He's telling me, yo, it's oil all over the place. He's panicking or whatever, nervous. I don't know why he's nervous, but so I'm like, all right, can you see where it's coming from? I'm just trying to get as much information as I can, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to gauge whether to send a roadside guy, because it might be something as simple as a screw popped out somewhere, or a pipe came off, or something that maybe a roadside guy can handle. Or are we looking at a situation where it's something major? You know what I mean? I could list several major things that it could be with an oil leak. So he is of absolutely no help. He can't really tell me. He tried sending me a picture, and it was like Mr. Blurry Cam. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I just see black everywhere. So I ended up just calling the tow truck, and it's a Volvo with a Volvo engine, and rather have the headache of taking it to my normal mechanic who hates my Volvos, I just went ahead and had it towed to Volvo, and they left the trailer there. Coincidentally, he was like at the exit right by my house. I thought that was hilarious. He broke down maybe 2 miles from my house. But I ended up having to go hook up to his trailer once I got back to Charlotte. Drove 2 hours to deliver the load. It was going to a Walmart store. It was a trailer full of shopping carts. And you would think that these people at Walmart had never seen shopping carts before. Like, they had no idea how to unload shopping carts, man. As simple as it sounds, but I digress. But I'm just returning from doing that. Like I said, I got back to Charlotte. It was before noon, and it's 7:30 p.m. and I'm just now getting back. Um, And at the same exact same time that he's breaking down and I'm on the phone dealing with him, one of my other drivers is up in Durham, North Carolina, which is like 2 hours from Charlotte. This is one of my local trucks, and it's a female in this one, and she's calling me panicking, talking about she made it to the receiver, and she noticed coolant spraying everywhere. So she has a coolant leak. And that one has me baffled because that's a Volvo too. Coincidentally, two of my Volvos is giving me issues today. But anyway, that one has me scratching my head because naturally she has no idea where it's coming from. She was a zero help. But I'm trying to figure out what kind of problem I could possibly have in that one, because in the past couple months, I've replaced the water pump, thermostat, radiator, the reservoir, and the EGR cooler on that thing. So it's like pretty much every place where coolant flows, other than the motor itself, has been replaced on that thing. So I'm sitting here hearing this news is just pissing me off, man. Because one thing I noticed in the time that I've been in trucking is majority of these mechanics that you run into at the dealers, especially, a lot of these guys are young, like younger than me, you understand? They're in their late 20s, early 30s, and all they do is just throw parts and stuff. They read what the computer say it probably is or could be, and just throw parts and stuff. Whereas old school guys, they've heard of a situation similar to what you're going through before, and they have an idea, they do a little troubleshooting, this, that, and the third. Whereas all these younger guys, man, I don't know whether to call them millennials or what, they're more just part changers, man, and that stuff becomes annoying because I pretty much replaced everything on that particular truck. You know what I mean? And needless to say, she was able to. I didn't have to tow that one because the way she basically was overreacting, and the way it was leaking in hers, it was like dripping out of the overflow side of the reservoir. Out of like some little tube that come out from the overflow side. So, and at the time it was just below. She panicked because that truck, once it gets below the coolant level sensor, the truck will shut off or whatever. So I'm just explaining to her, which is should be common sense. It's just put some more coolant in it and see if it still comes out a little more, because where she was, there's a Volvo dealership, and worst case scenario, there's a Petro and a freaking TA, little shops like that around the area. So I'm like, there's no need of me calling anybody to you. I don't even know why. I mean, she's female. I'm not trying to be sexist and all that, but like, she was panicking like a terrorist attack or something. It was like listening to her on the phone and listening to the other dude. It's like they both panicking like their life is in danger, when it's like, it's not costing you any money for these breakdowns. Those are my vehicles. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna take care of you. So I don't understand what the panic is about. But needless to say, she was able to make it back to Charlotte, and she ended up having to add not even a half a gallon of coolant while she was up there, and she made it all the way back to Charlotte and hadn't lost any coolant. And when I saw the truck, I hadn't lost any coolant anymore at that point. So now I'm stuck with, do I still take this truck to the shop, wait to see what happens in the morning, blah blah blah. So it is what it is, man. The struggles of being the owner sometimes. But I'm sitting in my truck now because I got offered another load, and y'all know I'm greedy. Quick drop and hook that I gotta pick up in Concord, North Carolina. It's not that beverage load that I did before, but one of my shippers out of Concord, North Carolina, and I just gotta drop my trailer in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's like a 20-mile run, paying me well. But, the load isn't going to be ready until 9 p.m. And it's, 7:35 right now. And it's like, my house is 30 minutes away. So I didn't want to park my truck and freaking drive home just to turn around and come back. So figured I'd shoot this video real quick. And I'll probably just run in my office and watch a little TV until the until it's time for me to roll out. But like I say, man, things to keep in mind, man, if you do decide to become a fleet owner, is trucks break down. You know, don't matter if they new or old, trucks break down. Sometimes it's driver error. Sometimes, your truck gets tired of working every day and it just wants to throw a hissy fit. But it's your guy, not your average trucker, man. Hope everybody out there is safe, easy. Y'all can hit me on the email, truckernotyouraverage@gmail.com. You can hit me on the Instagram. And I get a lot of messages, and, I reply to everybody. And, a lot of people think that they're getting on my nerves because they ask me a lot of questions. And it's cool, man. That's why, like I say, that's why I'm cool with emails and messages on Instagram, because, I can reply at my leisure, you understand, versus an actual phone call where, I could be getting grilled. So all y'all that's messaging me, don't feel like you're getting on my nerves or nothing, man. It's all good. I appreciate the love. And I also appreciate, being able to help people because, like I say, when I started in this game, I didn't know anybody else in trucking. So, all my information came from, like, trucker forums. You understand? Like, people weren't even on YouTube or none of that. So it was like all my information came the old school way. Sometimes you just got to learn stuff the hard way. So if it's a person out here that has a question and I can give them an answer, it costs me nothing to answer a question. You understand? It costs me nothing to reply to an email. So I don't mind replying to an email, just like it costs me nothing to make these videos. And I hope y'all appreciate them, man. But everybody out there, be safe, man. God bless y'all. Like I said, I appreciate the love. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share. All y'all have a blessed day, week, month, year. And holla at me, you heard?